We are Mike and Michelle.
We are Luvy's Fat Life. Hope you're doing well. A little bit off of it today. I'm off my game. I'm off my game, Michelle. I'm off my game. What is up? We are Luvy's Fat Life, and I said that once before. It's like deja vu, right?
Absolutely.
Hope you are doing very, very well. Hello, everyone. As I say when I enter a chat on one of these cruise shows or cruise channels, I just got to get me straight. See, I went to work this way all day long.
It'll be okay.
I'm in trouble. But hey, we got we got an exciting show. We have Life Adventures with Pam and Rich, and if you do not know Pam and Rich, they have probably I don't know everybody in the cruising community or the travel community, but they are probably one of the most well-versed, well-traveled couples that I have seen from talking to them over the last couple of years. So I can't wait to dive into that. Some of you guys in the chat here, I see some of you, hey, shows special features is in here, and Anthony and Daniel and Seeing the World with Chris. We're going to call some of your names out here in a little bit. Tom and Nautical Nurse Nancy and Bill and Cindy Spiker and Holly. Have some of those questions ready. I mean, because you're talking about some of you guys are travel agents. We got a travel agent here with Pam, and Rich has been right there with her, helping her, and they've done a lot of travel bookings over the years. And then you've got just a ton of knowledge there. I mean, ton of knowledge.
Very knowledgeable.
I can't wait to and we're going to run out of time. I can already tell you that, because we were talking to them beforehand, and we didn't even get to travel. We're talking about losing weight and what we've done and how much weight we've lost and all this kind of stuff. And I think they like to talk like this person. So so we might have a hard time getting a word in edgewise for both of us, but that's good. That's good. You know, this whole show,
we're excited. This
whole show is about just hanging out like you're in your living room, and you meet somebody in the chat, and you're trying to meet who they are. Hey, how you doing? Small talk, and just have a good time. Learn a little bit from each other, and just sit back and have a good time. And that's what this show's about.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate each and every one of you, for coming with us tonight. And a couple things first before we show our little video for Pam and Rich, but a couple things have happened. We got through the food challenge last week, and I've said this several times. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
He did really well.
But from 2 a.m. till noon the next day.
They don't need details. They just need to know it was bad.
Let me just say every hour on the hour.
It was bad. No.
Everybody else got on to me about talking about this because, you're not supposed to talk on lives about your in details. Look, I'm sweating already from thinking about it. But that went okay. Let's talk about the next thing. Let's talk about the next thing. So our friends, Raphael, Amanda, there was a lot of them went, J&N, you had Dewey, Life is Good Today, Ronnie and Alma. There was about 14 or 15 of them went to Punta Cana. Everybody's seen it and heard about it. And now it looks like 4 out of the 15 have come down with COVID.
Yes.
And
like Dewey was the last.
Dewey
today.
found out today, and I didn't really want to mention his name, but
sorry,
sorry, Dewey. But he did come out and announce it today. So yeah, there was like 4 out of the 15 that went came down with COVID, and I think Ronnie's still waiting on his test results. He's got to take the test next couple of days, so it could be 4, maybe 5, who knows. And a lot of those 3 or 4 out of the 5 had the vaccine shot. So.
Which is totally against what statistics say. So it's kind of alarming.
Yeah, and I'm seeing other people say, yeah, we just went and we were fine. I know Gary Krebs went. Gary tested when he got back to the States. He tested before he left. He's fine. One thing that was very odd, though, about the whole thing, I mean, this is like a book. This could be a mini series, really. Maybe just in the cruising and travel world. But some of them, I think during the trip, they have announced on some of their lives and stuff that they got sick, like they kind of like alcohol poison. They were really, after just 2 or 3 drinks, they were, kind of like they were drunk and people had to help them back to their rooms. Almost every single one of them are the ones that tested positive. And that's just, it may just be some crazy coincidence at all. But hey, what you guys think about that? Have y'all heard about that? So Bill is saying 5 is tested positive now. I only knew of 4 of them. So now there's 5. I'm not going to ask anybody to name that in here, but there's like 15 of them got together, and now it sounds like 5. The 5th one is tested positive. That's crazy. And almost every single one of them at one time thought they had alcohol poisoning. So I wonder if there's a correlation there. I mean, we know the alcohol probably didn't give them the COVID, but did they already have COVID at that point and their immune system was really low and, the alcohol affected? I don't know, but that's really crazy odds.
It is crazy.
I know we have a lot of nurses and people that had experience with it. My wife's a nurse here. And Vizo's actually in here now. Vizo just came back and said all of those are now COVID plus. Wow.
Oh.
So all 5 of the people, I don't know if that somehow affected the test. It's something odd about that, That may be one of those things that you call the big news stations in like 48 hours or 24 hours, and they need to do some investigation on that, man. That sounds awful odd there.
It does sound odd.
Luckily, everybody is survived it, and some have been a little less or a little more on what's been going on. Here you got, I don't know if that's Amanda or Roy, but they say, hey, we got sick drinking alcohol in the DR, and it sounds like they did too. But man, is that not crazy?
That's very, very weird. And very concerning.
We almost died on the Carnival Breeze because of alcohol in the DR. Oh, whoa. That's awful. Man, I hate to hear that. That's awful. So yeah, I mean, that's some crazy stuff. Is it not crazy? But thank those, thank the Lord, number one, they're safe, but I've enjoyed watching the vlogs of Raphael. I've enjoyed watching Alma and Ronnie, and then hearing Dewey jump on the polos, and the cruise community has rallied behind them and had been there praying for them and giving them good wishes behind the scenes. And we reached out behind the scenes to a couple of them, said, hey, how you doing? We're praying for you. And that's what we need to do, man. Prayers at this point is what's going to get you through this. I don't care what you believe spiritually. Good vibes, if that's what you believe, but just show all 5 of them some mercy and some grace and some prayers and good vibes. But I'm gonna get off the negativity. they're all in positive, pretty much positive spirits. We'll have to see what happens with Ronnie next, because Vizzo, Raphael is getting ready to come back. Vizzo's travel. If you haven't checked their vlogs out, just an FYI, most of you already know who they are. But Raphael and Amanda with Vizzo's travel, Dewey Ski, just Dewey it, and then you got J and N. They've been putting some stuff out. I got that wrong. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. That was actually Travel Taste and Tour, right? Kim and Neil. I'm sorry. Somebody correct me wrong. Put the link in for them. If you guys are in here and you want to put the link into your YouTube channels for people to go over and watch those vlogs, please do. But I've enjoyed watching them so far. Let's see. Yeah, so they also don't test you on the way in, so that's a thought as well. Yeah, so we don't know. I mean, one of the 15 could have brought it in, and then kind of they were all together. Who knows? But it's awful odd. I mean, all 5 of them that got really sick on the same day after drinking just a couple of drinks all came down with COVID. I mean, they may have already had it at that point. I don't know.
Well, what's
Travel, Tour, and Taste. Yeah,
you're
exactly right. I apologize for that. Helping Hands for Cruising. Hey, that's a good segue into Saturday. We are part of a like a mini cruise-a-thon, an all-day event for in our top right-hand corner there. I'm backwards here on the screen. Helping Hands for Cruising. We're going to try to raise some money. So
for an excellent cause.
Yeah, we're trying to raise some money to help put some people on cruise ships that maybe would not be able to. May not have the funds to do that. Well, I know they don't have the funds. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them on a cruise ship and have some fun. Maybe they never would have been able to do that. I know Fordman Kenneth Oakes is the first recipient of the award. If you've ever seen the video with him trying to climb the mountain in Helen, Georgia, and it's just really emotional. It tugs on your heartstrings. But the young man is a smart man, and he's never seen the ocean. Hey, Bill Jensen, I hope you're doing well. Rhonda B. But he's never been to the ocean, much less on a cruise ship.
And we want to give these people that opportunity.
Yeah, so he's already booked for the October, I believe it's 2022. Cindy Spiker in here and the Down Under Cruisers and Helping Hands for Cruising. This whole event Saturday. We already have that link out there for you to click on. We already posted the video to come on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And we're going to take you cruising with us. We're going to do something a little different. Something it's not original. I copied the Fisher's Fun Adventure. I loved one of their cruise-a-thons where they took us to Mahogany Bay, I believe it was. We're going to take you to Amber Cove, I believe, if that video comes through. If not, we'll take you to the Grand Turk. And we're going to take you along with us as we just go on a cruise excursion. We get off the cruise ship, and then we go into port and we have a good time. And so we're going to put that up on the video screen, and then we'll be over here in a little small block just commenting on it. And then, again, taking up and raising money. We'll have the PayPal link directly into Helping Hands for Cruising. You can look up the Helping Hands for Cruising on Facebook and join that and donate straight to the PayPal account there as well. But, we're just trying to support that. I know there can be a lot of drama in between with, who got invited, who didn't get invited, and all this kind of stuff. I get that. I understand that. I mean, there's other cruise-a-thons we weren't invited on, and
it boils down to helping.
That's what it really is. I mean, it's really about helping people, and that's just what it's all about. It's about helping people. So it's 8:13. I want to go say hey real quick, if I can.
Say hey to everybody.
Hey to everybody we can. I apologize if I miss anybody. And then we're going to play the video for Life Adventures with Pam and Rich. And then boom, they're going to be in here. And they got a lot of questions. You got a crazy person from Pennsylvania, a crazy lady from Tennessee, and they kind of all met in the middle. And it's like the Brady Bunch. Not really. But hey, we got Kenneth Oakes in here. How you doing, Kenneth? The Traveling Gilberts, Ronnie, and they're editing videos and listening. Hey, how you doing? Seeing the World with Chris. How you doing, Chris? Traveling with Nick P. How you doing, Nick P? CA Cruisers, Kathy. How you doing? Anthony, the moderator, Gator, Simone. How you doing? We got Bill with MGM Family Travel. We got Fisher's Fun Adventure. Yo, yo, yo. Daniel Fields, how are you doing? Miss, the nicest lady, I think, in the nursing profession, probably in the nursing profession,
yes,
and travel community. Miss Nautical Nurse Nancy, she is so sweet. I mean, she's like molasses. Jonathan Short from the Six Traveling Shorts. How you doing? The Shals are in here. How you doing, Shal Special Features? How y'all doing? I think I already mentioned Daniel. We got Bill. I think I said No Maps. How you doing? No Maps needed for travel. How you doing? And the Gaylors are in here, man. They were killer on trivia a few weeks back. Let's see who else we got in here. Oh, look, Pam. Look, I already got a question ready. Look at this. When will I get the cruising protocols? So, Pam and Rich, if you're reading this right now, make sure you write this down or try to get this ready to go for this question. I'll try to come back and find it if I can. But this is a question that's going to come up. Miss Nautical Nurse Nancy's got for you coming up. I won't remember anything. I suffer from CRS. Can't remember stuff. That's polite, right? Yes. Helping Hands for Cruising. Hey, how are you? Can't wait for Saturday. We go on at 7 o'clock, by the way. I don't even know if I mentioned that. Raphael, how you doing, brother? Hope you're feeling well. Can't wait to see you back in the States with your beautiful family. Who else we got? Spikers in here. How you doing, Spikers? Who else we got? Hey, Josh from Always on the Move. How you doing, brother? We got Miss Janice. Hello. How are you doing? I think I already said Bill. We got Bill. Yeah. Who else we got in here? My miss. Anybody else, Michelle? If I missed you, hey, yell hello. I couldn't go all the way back at the beginning of the, hey, we got Travel Mobile. How you doing? The Baslers, they got a great channel. Go check them out. Daniel Donnelly, yeah, how you doing, my brother? That's my barbecue brother. Hey, I want to tell you this right now. We do have a Marco Polo for cooking, and it's jamming. I mean, it's jamming. It really is. We've had 3 drop out, and I understand that because it gets off the hook sometimes. But if you like cooking and you want to talk nothing about cooking, smoking meat, cooking inside, desserts, low carb, anything like that, join at Marco Polo. Richard Yutz is an admin on there as well. And, man, I'm learning a lot from people. And it's good to see other people come together and just cook and have a good time and give tips.
Yes. We cooked Holly's corn, and it was really good.
Holly Ayers' corn last week. We cooked it this week. It was killer. I saw the Shal Special Shal. I said that wrong. Shal Special Features. They did they did tonight, Michelle. I don't know if you saw it, but they did a barbecue pizza tonight, and it had barbecue sauce. Good. It had, I think, provolone cheese. It had pulled pork. Something else on there I'm missing. Help me out. Roy or Amanda, what else was it on there? But it looked killer. It looked like a really good pizza.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it looked really good. Life is good today. There is Mr. Ronnie. We were talking about you, Ronnie, hoping you're doing well, trying to figure out when your next test is coming up. Hearing that the 5th person is tested positive. I hate to hear that. So throwing up prayers that way for sure.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Is that about everybody? Oh, Daniel. I already got Daniel. Miss Rhonda B, how you doing? And I know Tom was in there earlier. Hey, Tom. Me and Tom's been chatting behind the scenes. That's my Bible buddy. We talk about the Bible here and there. And Mr. Bill Jensen, how you doing down in Pensacola, Florida? The beautiful, beautiful beaches of Pensacola, man.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Let me tell you, Michelle, this guy right here, he might be a little shady. We got to watch this guy.
Okay.
Texas Pepito, look at him. He kind of even looks shady in the picture right there, don't it?
Well, I can't see much of his face in that picture.
Well, yeah, he's going to show you his face because he's going to sneak up on you. Texas Pepito, my brother from down in Texas. How you doing, brother? Man's cooking some tri-tips today that look awful good. All right, we're running late. We're already 4 minutes late.
Oh, no.
Oh, Texas Pepito already calling people out. Down under cruisers. How you doing? Yeah, no problem, Sean, man. It's not even a plug, man. It's a heart thing right now. Tyler Show. Hey, we forgot about that. The Mardi Gras coming in tomorrow. Hey, y'all excited about that? Comment on that in there. A lot of you guys are going to there, Adventures Ahead's in there. Well, at least Michelle's in here, not the NES dude. Oh, please don't tell me he's in here too. There goes the show. All right, I think we're at the bottom. So listen, we're going to bring in Pam and Rich. Get your questions ready, okay? While I'm doing this, hey, Gary Krebs, how you doing? And hey, that's fine work. If y'all would just listen to us, that's fine too. Catch us on replay. But hey, Troy S., how you doing in here, brother? Do you compete in the Memphis Barbecue Association or Kansas City? No, I don't. I have a catering business on the side. I've smoked for 35 years. I know some pit masters that have competed in that. I've actually thought about getting my judge's license and maybe doing it down the road, but I got all this YouTube stuff going on now, right?
We've got too much.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got Mr. Kenneth Oakes in here. Nightbox jumped in here. Bill and Lucy from MGM Family Travels in here. All right, we got to get them in here. All right, get your questions ready, because I'm telling you, this family right here has traveled. You know, we got a food and travel channel. We are a joke compared to them. And this family, they do it all the time. They've done it all the time for many years. We're going to play this little video clip, and then bam, they're going to be in here. And get ready with your questions, guys, because I'm telling you, they've seen it and done it. Here we go.
How are you?
How's everybody?
We're doing great. We didn't go too far back on the video clip.
No,
we went too far back.
If you would have went to my Facebook page,
yeah,
5 years old. So,
oh wow!
And that's it's almost 64 years ago. Because my
you kind of heard me bragging on you guys. I mean, one thing I want to say, I know Pam and Rich are very busy, and I kind of get on to him, and he's always saying, I got to get more videos out. I got to get more videos out. Hey, we've put their subscription to their channel, the link to it in a description here. Also pinned up at the very top is a link to their channel. Let's get them. They just started this up not long ago, and they haven't really got into it, fully yet. Let's get them up over 100. I think they were, I ain't gonna say where they're at, but we can do it. I mean, if you guys go up there in the top, it's pinned at the very top in the description. Go over there and sub their channel. Let's get them up over 100. Because I'm telling you, once they start putting these videos out, and they're teaching me something every day. I found out what pork rolls were.
Yes, I see that
from the South. I didn't know what a pork roll was. Richard, let's talk about food right off the bat. Richard and Pam, can you tell us what a pork roll is for those in the South that doesn't know what a true pork roll is?
Yes.
Well, it's just think of it when you go to a deli and they slice meat. You see the rolls. It's a Taylor pork roll, and it's pork basically put into a roll, okay? And it's processed, but Taylor's the predominant brand, and Lucy might be able to correct me, but it's very, very good. I mean, it's a northern thing.
It is good.
It is good, though, okay? Because, when I married Pam, fried bologna, I'm like, what the hell's fried bologna?
Or spam.
or spam. Well, I ate spam, but it's just it's different. But if you can get it, you got to try it. Lucy and Bill, they're like Taylor Pork Heaven. Lucy and Bill, when I first met them, they were going to Seaside Heights. Well, I went to that's in New Jersey. And, I went there every summer for 15, 20 years with my parents. And they had Taylor pork roll. They had the rides on the boardwalk. And, so it was and we're like, hey, did you go here? Hey, I remember there. So, Bill and Lucy, we got a lot of connections at that point, just going to Seaside Heights. But, if you can get Taylor, you could buy it. You could ship it. We also have a friend that his wife's actually, She's from mainland China. They live down here. She teaches at Admiral Farragut Academy. She teaches Mandarin Chinese. Jeff bought 3 of those pork rolls.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he fries it up. I mean, he's got a kitchen that will put everybody's kitchen to shame. But
Bill's looked great on that Blackstone with that and the eggs and the bread.
Oh, yeah.
It looked really good.
Everybody.
You ought to see my first time frying that. It
Really?
was not pretty.
Oh,
Hey, I'm a Southern girl. I've never even heard of a tater
Never heard
pork
of it.
roll. So he
neither.
handed it to me and said, fry it up. Okay, I fried it up like I would anything else. It came out in a mush.
Ooh.
I'd never heard of.
Now I
I
can
think
fry it.
Michelle Bowen and Jay Bowen talked about it. Pork shavings. I never heard of pork
I've had
shavings.
it, but you got to get those at a butcher. That's like there's another thing. It's called Lebanon bologna. It's like a
Salami
smoked-
kind of.
It's kind of it, but it's smoked. And how did it get the name Lebanon? Well, from Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
All right.
And they have sweet, and then they have regular. It's an acquired taste.
Pork
So
roll versus lobster roll.
Daniel Fields has come on here and said, now this is it a tough question or easy question? Pork roll versus lobster roll, which one's better?
Lobster roll all day long for me.
Yeah.
Now he may not agree,
But-
but lobster roll
We'll segue.
hands down.
We'll segue into something with the lobster roll. There's a difference between Florida lobster and Maine lobster, and the taste is different because I've had both. I used to, and Mike, I'll just get into this. I'm a certified scuba diver. Okay, I've had my certification card. I was with Matt Allen a while back on his little podcast, and I have my certification card for over 50 years. Now it's been quite a while since I dove, but still, you see the equipment that's out there today. No, I'm talking. You guys are too young to remember Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges. That was Bo and Jeff Bridges' dad. Look it up on Google. Sea Hunt.
Really?
Mike Nelson.
Wow, that's cool.
They had the old double hose regulator, and I mean, when I started, they were just coming out of that. But
Wow.
it depends how you cook lobster too. But a lobster roll versus pork roll. As much as I love pork roll, I got to go with a lobster roll. But
All right, several. I haven't seen anybody said the pork roll. Hey, real quick, tell us about you guys. I'm gonna kind of go in and ask you a couple personal questions.
That's fine.
Where did you meet? How long have you been married? A little bit about your background, and then we want to talk about cruising because you guys have got a ton of traveling experience. But maybe just give everybody a little bit of background about you guys.
you want to do it or should I?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, actually, Pam and I met on the internet.
Cool.
Oh,
Hey, that's
yeah.
cool.
20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago, we've been married.
That
for
was
20
back when
years.
AOL was AOL, like the dial-up.
No, I think we were
No.
still in dial-up, but
It was
yeah.
actually on Match.com.
yeah, that's how we
Okay.
met on Match.
There's
I
a
was-
success story for Match.com. This right here will be a short video we put on for Match.com. 20 years ago, reunion, still married on Match.com. We'll do a short video on this.
20 and a half years,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, because we got married. We just went and got
February.
married one week, and she said, "What do you want to do this week?" And she said, "Let's get married." And I said, "Okay," because I got divorced. So but 20 wonderful years, and she has to deal with an old fart. So because there's an age to. I'm going to be 69 years old in 2 weeks from today. So Pam's 15 years my junior,
13.
13 years. So she gets to beat me every once in a while.
So now everybody knows how old I am.
Yeah.
Right here,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
You got
dial-up. Yeah. But anyway, I was working in Tennessee. I was a project manager for my company. I was actually working at TVA at New Johnsonville, basically, but that's how I met. Pam came from a town in Tennessee. It's called Milan,
Not Milan.
not Milan. You spell it like Milan, but it's Milan. And lo and behold, it was like oh, I remember in Jackson, Tennessee. I said, oh my God, I was there years ago at Casey Jones's restaurant or whatever it is, because she took me down there. But that's how we met. She came from a small town, and we've been happy. For
But
20
everybody
years.
knew me in my small town because my daddy was fire chief.
Yeah.
It was about 15,000 in our town. So
So
it was a small
but
town.
and then
Like putting up your biscuits right here, Pam. They're talking about how great your biscuits look. They didn't saw them.
Oh, I
Pam
can
makes
make some
biscuits that look really
biscuits.
good.
I can make some biscuits. I can make you some biscuits in about 5 minutes if you really want some fast.
he's a biscuit maker.
Make them, not bake them, of course. It takes about 25 minutes to bake them. But yes, I can make some biscuits. Different ways, too.
I'm jealous. Mine never turn out well.
I can teach you.
Yeah, you just have to call her.
I can teach you. I promise.
Richard, now the Traveling Gilberts came out with a video where Ronnie's mother made biscuits. Richard, video, Pam.
I do.
Yeah, there's actually
one
go
out
to our
there.
YouTube channel. There's a video in there. With
I made some.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
All right,
we didn't
I'm
go
gonna
out there.
watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Walks you
If I can
through it.
replicate.
That's true, Bill Jensen.
It's all by feel.
Biscuits.
Yep, it's all by feel.
But
I used to make them. Make 2,000 a day.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wow.
every day. And I run people out of my kitchen with a rolling pin. Everybody say, "You better watch that woman. She's gonna get you with that rolling pin."
Hey, so this is another question. It's kind of a segue into getting into cruising and traveling. Miss Janice from JP Travel Ventures is saying, I know Pam is a travel agent, right? So, Pam, you want to tell us a little bit? I don't know if you really want to mention where you work, or you tell us what you can tell us. But, at this point is a good time, too. If you are a creator, while we're talking and stuff, if you are a creator, you're a travel agent, you're just a supporter, put that in the description now in this comment section, and go out and reach out and subscribe to somebody, reach out to them. But Miss Pam, if you're a travel agent and you want to tell us a little bit about your where maybe what you do and what you book, and then let's get into these cruises, because people want to know about what cruise lines you like, how many cruises you've been on, and all that good stuff.
I've been a travel agent for 5 years.
Going on
6. And I work for Expedia Cruises. So we are part of Expedia. And I've enjoyed booking my clients and trying to save them money when when it's available. So we get special discounts a lot of times that's only offered to our agency. And we have BDMs, which is business development managers. So you may hear us talk about BDMs a lot, and that's what it stands for, business development manager.
And on that, I'll just bring there to Nancy. We did talk to Royal BDM for this area, and he did not get his cruising protocol documents yet. And he's scheduled to go on a Royal cruise, because it's just Royal employees in June after they are. But I know Nancy, if we hear anything, we'll find out, because we try to stay in touch, because sometimes just BDMs for cruise lines and travel companies, and we have numbers for these people. If something goes south, Pam can call them up and get something going.
Cool deal.
But we did talk
to you go from being a nurse to a travel agent.
Well, I have a disabled daughter, so I had to quit work.
I see.
And she became completely disabled at 14 years old. So I had to quit because she had doctor's appointments almost every day of the week. And I actually stayed home for like 2 years, because she would start doing fainting spells. You might find her in the bedroom, bathroom, wherever, and nobody would keep her. They were scared to keep her. So I actually stayed in the house for 2 solid years. So we moved to Florida, and I said, you know what? I want to become a travel agent because I love to travel. And I can help a lot of people with cruises, all-inclusives. and I have him. He's expert in Europe and, places I haven't been. Germany, Holland. He's been to all those places. So it balances out because I have booked those places, Europe and all kinds of destinations.
Just one thing though, and I'm going to Pam's very honest. We'll tell you, hey, you want to come in there? It's like, gee, we'll book it for you, but you're not going to like it. Because I do a lot of research. We'd rather turn business away than say, yeah, okay, we'll take it. Yeah, okay. I'll give them the pluses. I'll give them the minuses. But we're honest. We could have booked people already. They want to go to Alaska. They want to go there. And nobody's cruised yet. Nobody's left yet. And I understand because, you guys, hopefully you guys are going to go. You got October. You got the BDD one coming up next year. And there's all, that, and cruising, hopefully it'll be in good shape then. I mean, it's just been crazy. And there's a bunch of travel agents on here. Some of those just started at the tail end of this. I mean, last year was rough. And I mean, and we have some clients, since we're in a retirement community of 55 plus, would say, they want what they want, and
they don't want to wear masks.
They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They want to go where they.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
So they're just waiting.
We have
how many, Pam, if you can even, I don't even know if you counted, and if you didn't, that's fine too. But did you ever keep up with how many cruises you've had to rebook or cancel? Did you ever?
Oh my goodness! I had sold like almost $400,000 worth of cruise. I lost every one of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
I had $400,000 worth of cruising. That was just cruises.
And there were some all-inclusives in there that just got wiped out. I mean,
lost every one of them. Every one of them.
Wow.
And
all right, so a lot of people are wanting to know how many cruises have you been on, Pam, and how many cruises have you been on, Rich? And then we're going to get into some of the details on that stuff because you guys have way more experience than many of us in the chat. There may be one or two in here that may be close to you. I don't think so, but hopefully there is. But how many cruises have each of you been on?
I've been at 30 plus, basically Carnival and Disney.
Wow.
She's been on 40 plus.
40 plus.
Wow.
I said yes, 40 plus.
But she's been on more because some she went without me, which was fine. She went with friends. But
so what year was your first cruise for each of you? That would be an interesting question.
1993.
And it was on the Fantasy.
And it was on the Fantasy, Carnival Fantasy.
Not with me though.
That was with my first husband.
And mine was 2000 with my ex-wife on Disney Wonder. I should have thrown her overboard. No, I didn't say that.
So you've been wondering why you didn't throw her over, right?
I should have. Yeah, because it wasn't long after that. It was all over. But anyway.
So it sounds like, can you tell us each how many different cruise lines, name the cruise lines you've cruised on?
Well, like I said, I've been on Carnival and Disney, and you've been on
Carnival, Norwegian, what else?
MSC, Princess. I'm trying to think of what else.
I was supposed to this last year go on Royal
and
on a group cruise that I did.
We're missing one.
And I didn't get to go on that because that was in April of last year. And Celebrity, I supposed to went on that. I believe that was November of last year. That got canceled as well. So I was going to be on Royal and Celebrity, but it didn't happen.
So I'll ask you first, Richard, and then maybe Pam will give her time to think about this. Richard, you said you've been on Disney and Carnival. Which of those two is your favorite? And then maybe why was it your favorite?
Well,
or did you like it just like them both?
You got since Disney's nice. That's what my kid wanted. Would I book it myself?
That was his graduation present.
That was his graduation present. But I said no. I wouldn't go if he had grandkids. If you're a Disney fan, which my kid is, and he's going to be 39 years old this year, he bought Disney stock and he invested in a lot of Disney stuff. So he liked Disney.
It's going pretty well right now.
Yeah. Well, he had a couple stock splits because he bought it when he was 5 years old. So he's at Disney stock for a long time. Make a long story short, Carnival, because it was close to where we were living at. Okay,
Gotcha.
We went from Tennessee for one, and then we moved to Georgia. Then all of a sudden we cruised out of Mobile, we cruised out of New Orleans, we cruised out of Tampa, we cruised out of Jacksonville,
a whole bunch out of
and
Jacksonville.
we flew one or two out of Miami. So on Carnival. So I had Carnival because it is what it is. What are we going to do? We're going to change because Pam, she's been in what? She's Diamond and Carnival's 200 nights. If we thought it all over again, will we give that much loyalty to one cruise line? Probably not. We would probably, but you got to remember this: it was close to us.
Yeah.
A lot of these other. Now that we're in Florida, we kind of have the pick of the litter down here, where and when we want to go, because if like Charlotte, Charleston's close. Well, you're going to always go on Carnival so that's why we went on Carnival because it was close, it was drivable. That's why we went on Carnival. So
we went sometimes 4 times a year because he had a lot of vacation time.
Yeah, so we kept going. I block it out, because like this last year we were supposed to go to Alaska, canceled. We had 2 cruises on the Scarlet Lady, lost those. Where else were we going?
Oh,
Celebrity.
I had about 7.
We were going to go on Celebrity out of Tampa. That was canceled. And there was one
I
other
had
one.
7 booked last year.
We lost like 6 or 7 last year. This hit, and then here's the other thing, and I'll shut up and Mike knows it, and some of the people in here know it, but since I'm retired, we worked at the Port of Tampa as peer agents. We're the people that are we had to learn how to direct people, excuse me. Pardon me. But make a long story short, and we're on the other side of the desk when we say, welcome, could I see your documentation, please? Oh, Mike, you don't have the right documentation. You're going to have to go down here and talk to these people. And,
I ain't going nowhere. You take my stuff right now.
Exactly.
We've heard
happens.
That. Oh, yes. It does happen.
Trust me. I've had people.
Yes.
I ran in. I know. Who was it? I was working the escalator, and Matt Allen was coming up. And I'm like, yo, Matt. He said, hey, Rich. I said, come on. Over this way. Come right. I just said, here. Hey, this is my friend. Let him in. Didn't have to stay in the line or nothing. Went right in. So, but it's a challenge most of the time. It's a lot of fun. But,
you do have some people that will challenge you.
I don't have to show you. I don't have to listen to you. But on the travel thing, and I'll tell this to everybody, just like, and I respect, well, he's not on here, but Dewey's going all over the place, Mitch Dazinski. And I respect Dewey for doing that. My parents did the same thing. Mm-hmm. They went to Hawaii 31 times.
Wow. Your mom 32.
My mom went 30. She did the 32nd trip without my dad. He had passed away. They regret that they didn't buy something there, but they just loved Hawaii. And not just for a work week. Once my dad retired, they go over there for a month. I went over for 2 weeks with my ex and my son, and we were right on Waikiki Beach, and we just enjoyed it. They gave us a Christmas present. We went over the big island of Hawaii, and I went over to Europe with my parents in 1972. I'm trying to dig the picture up. When I find it, you're going to laugh at me because it's 1970s vintage clothes, early 70s, late 60s, early. And you're going to go, look at the pants and the shoes on that guy.
But your mother dressed you very sharp.
Yeah, I couldn't wear all the hippie stuff. I had to wear the preppy stuff. So I always dressed nice.
He was very preppy.
But I started traveling. My parents went to Vienna, Germany. I mean, they went all over Europe, and they instilled the travel bug in me. So, it's a case.
I want to make sure, and I want to talk about maybe what your parents because you've had the early travel experience there, Rich. Pam, with the, I think you said 3 or 4 cruise lines you went on. What were those cruise lines? And then maybe tell us which one of those 4 were your favorite.
My favorite out of all of them, out of the ones I've been on so far, is Princess.
Okay.
Princess Cruises.
So you've been on
That's
Princess, Carnival, and
Carnival, Norwegian. I've been on
MSC
and MSC. MSC is totally different. It's a totally different. It's European, and what I mean by that, they do a little bit. Their ways are a lot different. When they have announcements, you may hear it in 6 or 7 languages.
Wow.
Instead of a 5-minute announcement, it may take them 30 minutes
to
make an announcement, because they have to do that same announcement in sometimes 7 or 8 different languages.
Oh.
But, with the cruises, it depends what vibe you're looking for. There's people and they like the party atmosphere of Carnival. We like it, but then sometimes we want something. Definitely not Holland America. That's no. We did a ship's tour. I think, Mike, you had a picture when you did the little thing. We did a ship's tour and people were boarding. And oh my God, it's like there's people on board here. You can't hear a thing. It was just like it was like going to a funeral. I mean, it was just real quiet. And it's like, what's going on here? It's like, no, not our vibe.
But we're going to ask you some of the typical questions that a lot of interviews do, but you tell us which cruise line you like the best. Like, for example, let's start out entertainment. Which cruise line that you've been on did you enjoy the entertainment the best on?
I would say for entertainment, Norwegian had it all over the place. I seen the Cirque du Soleil show they had on there. It was awesome. Out of the cruise lines that I have been on, Norwegian to me had the best entertainment.
Now for me, Carnivals, and you got to understand, these shows cost $1 million. It costs a lot of money to produce. So you're going to see the same show over and over and over and over and over again. But you know what? When you go on a Disney cruise, that's Broadway caliber entertainment. When Disney does a show in their theater, it's second to none. You swear you're on Broadway. It's that good. So,
we saw The Lion King one year at Disney, and it was incredible. The Lion King was incredible.
They're top notch.
They're top notch.
They're top notch.
They see, because like Amanda and Roy went on there, and they just, because, the last cruise that we went on, they still had the Viva Cuba show on Carnival because they had to pay for it. They had to do something. And it was like, they haven't gone to Cuba in a while. So, but.
All right. So the next one.
Who has the best food?
Yeah. We're going to ask you that on the Food Travel Channel.
You go with that.
The one that had the best food is Princess. All over the place. I'm talking, instead of a little bitty small prime rib like Carnival's been giving you, I had 1.5 inches thick.
Oh, wow.
Prime rib. And of course, it wasn't a specialty restaurant. This was just in the normal MDR, So they have great food. And what I was shocked about when my first time on Princess.
What?
Was when I walked in. Sorry about that. I baby my dogs. You can tell who babies the dogs.
Ladies don't snore, Mike.
Thank you.
No, it's called cut the chainsaw.
Stop it. Let's go back to the food. Yeah, we're going back to the food.
No, any short-nosed breeds, they're brachycephalics.
They will snore.
They're snorers and they're farters because they suck a lot of air in. So
no.
Okay.
She's a good pup, but anyway.
But what I was surprised about is when I went to the buffet on Princess, it was totally different. It's like, oh my word, they had your silverware in a container. So you didn't have to go up there and put your silverware in your pocket, like a lot of people do, because it's like you don't have enough hands. Right. For your plate, your silverware, and everything else. So everything's at your table. And they also have servers that come by and say, what do you want to drink? so you don't have to go get it
Well,
yourself.
Carnival used to do that with a drink cart, but with
Yeah.
who knows what it's going to be coming
So
up.
they had so much more help. I mean, a lot more help than Carnival did.
So which one do you think has been the prettiest ship you've been on of all the cruise lines and the different ships you've been on? I mean, you're talking about 70 some ships between y'all, maybe one for Pam and one for Rich.
Well, to me, we like the Breeze, believe it or not.
Carnival Breeze.
That whole Dream, Breeze, Magic, but probably because I'm not one. The new ship's out, and I know everybody likes going new ships, but I got out of that. I got to go on that ship because it's the new ship phase. When we get on it, we get on it. Same thing, like the Mardi Gras coming, we'll get on it.
We'll get on it
days. But we see one. Oh, if I'm okay, Norwegian. They're new Prima. That's coming to Port Canaveral.
Yeah, I want to go on that.
We want to go on that because we actually have a group cruise lined up for it. So anyway, for 2023. It's a case where we want to go. We're going to start picking. We want to go on Norwegian, and a lot of us have a lot of these people in here went through the training and that stuff. They're going to go in the Virgin Voyages. We tried 3 times to get on that ship, and we said, forget it. Give us our money back. So, and Pam's going to try Celebrity.
We have one booked though.
What's that?
Virgin Voyages.
Yeah. We're going February. Everybody, a lot of people on here, Mike, are going ahead of us, so they can see what it's all about. We just want something different. It's a different ride. I'm tired. I don't like dressing up anymore. I wear a lot of these fisherman shirts. I wear a ton of those. I stopped even taking golf shirts. Yeah, that's what I take on a cruise. Shorts, 2 pairs of shoes, pair of dress pants, nice shirt for formal night. Because I'm not dressing up anymore for formal night. If you like getting your picture taken, if you got with your children, whatever, your grandkids, that's fine. I'm not. Because we found out the last couple times the food wasn't that great in the main dining room. And it depends on the ship, too. Because that one picture that you posted with that young lady that was standing in between us, she's from the Philippines. We're still in touch with her. She was our hostess. They did and it pays to know people on board, but Connie did everything but cut our food for us and feed us.
True.
We
wanted for
nothing. I mean, it was just like, and I'm going to say one thing. When you go on these cruises, try to make friends with the cruise members. Hey, you got a Facebook page? Hey, and because we met a whole bunch of people in the Paradise. We're still in touch with them. Some sadly aren't coming back.
They had to open up.
But I've had, and we had a friend that worked on the cruise line. He went home to the Philippines. He found he started his own business, started franchising out in the Philippines. He is now him and his wife, they both worked on board. They're on the path to becoming millionaires.
Good for them.
Yeah. It is. And
they've opened up businesses.
Yeah, they opened. It was hair salons over there. But it's like we say every time we see him, and it's like always, Mr. Richard. We miss you, we love you. It makes us feel good. So some of the friendships we made, with these, because some people look at the staff like, you work on a ship. I mean, we have a ton of friends that are on board the ship and went home, and we stay in touch. You coming back? Didn't hear anything yet. We're hoping you have, because when you travel to other countries, yes, we've all traveled on cruise ships. Certain countries I went to, especially, I went to Mexico for work. I didn't work there. I worked for an international company, and I went to Mexico a couple times for work. And I went to places that when we were coming back from the power plant, and I went through some of these towns, I was sitting in the back seat in tears. Because my boss turned around and said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm not going to complain about nothing. These people are happy and they have nothing.
No air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No this, no that. Their water's from a tank on top where they collect their rainwater. The people are out there and they're happy. And I'm like, I said, it just hit home.
So, I want to say real quick, and we got about 6 minutes left. Number one, at the very top of here pinned is Pam and Rich's channel, YouTube channel. So please sub to them, show them some love. They're going to try to get more videos out down the road. But as you can tell, they have a ton of experience.
Yeah.
An hour is not long enough with you guys, so hopefully down the road you'll come back with us.
Oh yeah.
But one question I wanted to ask, and you kind of hit on this a little bit, Richard, was can you tell us what your favorite like non-cruising travel place has been? Like, I know you mentioned like Hawaii, but people do go cruises in Hawaii. But
I tell you what,
anywhere in Europe or Central America or anywhere else, what has been your favorite? Each one of you may have a different one.
I liked early on. I liked the Nordic countries. I've been to Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. Okay, loved it there. I liked it so much the first time around. The furniture from Denmark, it's very simple. I actually had furniture imported from Europe for my home because I loved it that much. It was before IKEA because they're Swedish, but if you see those, their designs, they're functional and they're minimalistic. And that's how because I had a piece of furniture they had from my first marriage. It was 46 years old. I gave it to my nephew. It was still like the day I bought it. You know, so Pam's gonna go get the phone, but anyway, yeah. But you know, if you really, and there's some history over there. You got the Little Mermaid, you got stuff there. But you know, I took a tour through Europe with my son. We hit Amsterdam, loved it there, and yes, they smoke dope over there. I didn't try it though, not that I ever touched it. And we went to Cologne, Germany. We went to Paris. We stopped in Brussels. We went to London. If you can ever go on a tour like that, on a bus tour, well worth it. We absolutely had a blast. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You can stay in like a tourist hotel because you know what? You're not in a hotel that long.
I've always wanted to go to Germany because in World War II, both of my grandparents were stationed in Germany.
Germany was that cathedral in Cologne, Mike. It took 800 years to build. And they purposely didn't bomb it during World War II because they respected that church. But I mean, the walls from the Roman Empire were up in Cologne, Germany. People don't realize how far the Roman Empire stretched into Europe. Just the historical part of it. London, we stopped in Canterbury, England. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Sir Thomas Becket. It was from like 1088 to just we go see stuff here. It's like, oh, wow, that's old, 1700 something. No, you go over there. It's like the Royal Dutch East Indies Company in Amsterdam. That's where the ships for the spice came over. You know, you read about that in history. There's just so much history over there. Then, you know, it's like I had friends go to Egypt, but, you know, I know people want to go, but they got sick as a dog. I don't know what happened, but they said, well, we're not going to go back for a while. They actually got married at Stonehenge. Yeah, which was cool. But, you know, but guys, you know, I know we're getting short of time here, but, you know, if you can travel and you can swing it, do it. You know, do it now. Take your kids. My parents didn't have much, but we went to Washington, D.C. They took us to the shore. We take a day trip there. We actually did with my son when he was about 11 years old. We drove from Pennsylvania all the way out to San Francisco, down to Disneyland, because he wanted to stop at Disneyland because he's a Disney freak. And then we went the northern route. And to drop down, stopped at Disneyland, and then we came across the southern route, back across 40. What a trip. If you can get in the car and drive, you know, there's so many pretty things in the U.S. You don't have to go on a cruise to see a lot of stuff that is just, because a lot of people, they live out in California, Arizona. There is just so much. New Mexico, Arizona, the scenery out there is just majestic. It's breathtaking.
Yeah, Daniel Fields is on here from California, and I mean the stuff in California. We used to go to Vegas a lot and just riding up to the Grand Canyon and going over into California. And
beautiful.
I would love to go to the Northwest as well. I mean, some of my bucket list is go up to the Northwest and go over into Canada, some Vancouver, and we do have Alaska cruise scheduled in 2022.
Yes.
And then we got the European cruise in 2023 with Bill and Lucy.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, we're bumping up to 9 o'clock, brother. But
okay.
We cannot thank you enough for coming on here.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And
we didn't even talk about
I'll take any help for creating videos. I have Power Director. I'm old. I need help with some stuff. I can somewhat of a techie, but I still you know, I need some assistance sometimes. So I have a lot of content sitting there that they took. A lot of my content was gone. I mean, Mike, I had tons of videos, Europe, all that stuff. Well, that's sitting in a landfill somewhere, if you know what I mean. X got rid of it. But anyway, yeah. And I forgot too, Pam's going. She was supposed to go to what you guys are going next year. She's supposed to go over there next year, but I don't know. They're not going to go this year. They're going to cancel it. They're probably going to rebook. So she might get to Greece next year too. So I'm not sure. Some of the reason I got to stay home because she hasn't, and she's going with people she knows too. So because that she's going to Scotland, Iceland.
Thank you so much for coming on, Rich.
Well, thank you so much. And, hey, we'll talk about food down in the future. You know,
we got several more episodes we need with you because you got a lot of experience. We want to hear it all.
Oh yeah. And hey, we like talking. And thanks to everybody. And thank you, Mike and Michelle.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
So that was a lot of fun. I know we're at 9 o'clock night. Thank you for coming in and checking out. And hey, Pam and Rich have a ton of wealth of knowledge.
And we didn't even get
not enough time.
Halfway through our questions.
I should have zipped my mouth at the beginning a little bit earlier so we could have got more of them. So we'll definitely have them back on again. A lot of experience to get from them. And thank you for coming on tonight and spend some time with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Don't forget, as you see right up there, Helping Hands for Cruising at Saturday night. We'll be on at 7 o'clock. And we'll have the PayPal link in there, but we're going to go cruising. So come on the cruise with us. We're going to spend some time in Amber Cove and be in the pool and just show you some cool stuff.
And have a good time.
Hey, I will say this, and I'm not bragging. That is the best I've ever felt on a cruise ship as far as
you'll get to hear some slurs.
You'll hear some stuff at the end of that, and you think my Southern drawl is bad? With a few drinks in me, that Southern drawl is really bad. So you guys have a great evening. We're going to hit this outro. And, hey, go see Ronnie. He's talking about what's going on right now. Life is Good Today, Thursday. They're doing a live from Punta Cana. Go hit his channel up, and he'll tell you what's going on with them. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Be the light in this world.
Bye-bye.
And just be the light and be the salt. Love you guys.
Bye.